Hi guys, welcome back to Sink or Swim. Today we're making a strawberry kiddie pool. Okay, this might be a part 2, or I might just add it all together, I don't know. But I realized at the end of the last video, I never even showed the strawberries because they hadn't even come in the mail yet. I had ordered bare root strawberries, and then I also found out that the bed that I mixed needed a 30% sand mixture, so I had to go back through and added that in there. Starting out with 2 bags of mushroom compost, 1 bag moisture mulch, it's hot out. So I hate when quick plans turn into like all day events, but this totally ended up being an all day thing. I'm still here, still hot, and it is just getting started. So I'm gonna switch up my amendment a little bit. I'm gonna do a bag of Harvest Supreme instead of steer manure in with my 2 bags of mushroom compost and 1 bag of moisture mulch. And then I'm gonna do 1 bag of Harvest Supreme for 1 bag of Grow Well and 1 bag of Happy Frog, and then 1 bag of the soil conditioner and seed cover that is also by Grow Well. I like them. My local nursery really recommends them a lot of the time, and I honestly prefer their opinion over big box stores. I would rather spend my money at local places instead. So then basically what you're going to do once you get everything in here is you're going to go through, and I'm doing this one-handed, so it's not going to be very good, but you're just going to kind of mix everything up and yeah, make sure that's really thorough and blended well together. So as you guys can see back there, the sun is setting, so it's a lot later in the day, but I got a lot done. I am so proud of myself. That pot as well as that pot down there and that pool, all brand new. I ripped out some old foliage. I had a watermelon in that green grow bag over there. That's like the same type of grow bag as that one, but that one just way newer. You can see Smokey. My cats are out right now, so. Oh, Smokey, get out of mom's, get out of mom's pot. Gosh darn it, sir. He's literally gonna smash all of my kale, I swear. He already did this earlier. Okay. And if it doesn't work, if it doesn't end up growing, I'll just reseed it. But I also did this guy. And then around that little stone, that's actually for me to be able to step and not like have to like literally bend over the whole time for this. But I planted radishes around this guy. Well, it's a little bit later. You can see the sun in the background setting now instead of just coming up. But I got that pot in today, this guy, and those 2 guys. I was initially going to do like those stackable kind of containers. I have them sitting over here as some sort of like pseudo type of like a green stock. And then I put that bowl and drilled holes on top. Oh my god, look at Gingy. He is so dusty. He rolls around in the dirt when I let him out here, so he will just get absolutely filthy and disgusting before I bring him back in here, but it's okay. I don't mind. He really loves it, and it's like his time to be a man. Also, don't talk about that dead plant over there. I literally just have that because I got that from Walmart, and then I let it die, and then I never brought it back to life. But back to the planters. I got those. I couldn't really find a stable spot. I tried to put it on that Smoky out. I tried to put it on that concrete pedestal, but it was still like really unstable and wobbly in its foundation. But just to take you through a quick tour of what I've done. So a while ago, I planted some of these and they just started sprouting because the weather got cool enough. Mustard greens, 3 right there, spinach through here, and then some Swiss chard plants. And then I have some peas, some Swiss chard, peas, Swiss chard, and of course peas. I planted those maybe a week ago, those today. I'll have a bachelor button here, a blue bachelor button. I'm gonna leave that cantaloupe just because I cannot let it go. I have the smallest little measly cantaloupe growing, but it was my only one that grew this year and I just cannot give it up. But we're gonna let that do its thing, and then once it's time I'll rip it out. I just ripped out the watermelon that was there. You'll probably see the watermelon in the cage earlier in the videos that I took today. But I have some chives here, chives in that other pot, that matching pot. They're 2 different types of chives. And then I planted lettuce here, but I thought that it like died off because it just got so hot all of a sudden. Again, our temperatures dipped down really low, and it was really nice for like a week and a half, and then it just spiked right back up. So I replanted this with spinach, but then I had a bunch of like little volunteer guys pop up, so it's gonna be like a spinach and loose leaf lettuce bed. This is gonna be a bachelor button as well. You can see a little sprout coming up. I am so excited. We literally just planted those, I want to say yesterday. This has kale, that has kale. I planted these at the same time, they just haven't sprouted. And then I have another bachelor button right there. I am so excited. These plants are so pretty and I cannot wait to have them in my freaking garden. I'm so excited. And again, I have no idea what that is, but I'm going with it. It could be any kind of seed. I genuinely don't know. I kind of mix some pots together whenever I get really low, or when I like need to transfer. Like if one was too full to amend it with compost, I would just mix some of that and like toss it in another one that was like a little low. I know that's probably not the best because of like, you know, possible disease issues, but I am fine in doing that because I know the risk and I've assessed that and I'm fine with it. But this guy is empty. You can see right here, boom boom, Smokey was standing in here and my stepdaughter came and got me and she was telling me all about it. But I also have banana peppers here. I have a yellow pepper or yellow pear tomato here. It's a cherry tomato. I had it last year. I wasn't super impressed with it, but it's the only thing that survived that I was like willing to keep. I got this off of Facebook Marketplace. It's some sort of tomato. It may or may not survive. I'm going to let it grow and see what it does because I'm really hopeful that it'll grow something. And then my bell pepper plant has recently actually just taken off. I don't know if you can see that, but I got one big guy down here. See, that just fell off. No worries, those. We got that guy. So there's like 4 little guys on here that are starting off. And then this is a green bell pepper and a red bell pepper. I don't know which one is which, I forgot, but neither have put off anything. And then each one of these, I believe, has 3 or 4 kale. Each one of these has mustard greens. Those all have 3. That one has 4 because it's 7 gallon. Those are 5. And then this all has 6 spinach, I believe, in each one. And the idea is, I know that's a little bit like compact for the size that they are, but I'm gonna cut and come again, so I'm gonna be constantly harvesting these. It's not gonna really like affect those types of things, especially the types that I planted. I don't really know if you guys are interested in the types that I planted, but if you guys are, let me know in the comments. Let me know what else you want to know about what I kind of planted out here, and I will give you a tour. But this is just like a quick rundown. I've been listening to a lot of Roots and Refuge lately, and honestly, she's really inspired me to just do a few things. And if that means that I can provide, 3 days out of the week, 4 days out of the week, 5 days out of the week, dinner for us, out of the garden, that may not be also me as well, but it's something. And like, sorry I'm like kind of rambling or whatever, but ultimately this is what I would rather spend my time doing than gallivanting or hanging out at the bar, which is kind of a relieving thing to say. Quick video before I leave for work. This is gonna be my board method for keeping the carrots hopefully moisturized. I'm like, if I can get it to stay. There we go. Keeping the carrots moisturized, no moist. I mean keeping the carrots moist, and then that's gonna keep the moisture inside of that bucket. But yeah, now I'm off to work. Okay, so it's still super early before work, but I just had to come out here and show you guys. Look at all these radishes popping up. All these guys coming right up, and then I should have carrots and some chives coming up too. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this is the first time that I've grown radishes and not had them like literally decimated within their first day of being out of the ground. So I'm gonna try to keep these guys under that, and then maybe the bugs will stay off them because I won't know that they're there. But I'm so excited. I cannot wait to taste a homegrown radish. I've heard that radishes that you grow yourself are just immensely better. They taste better, they're sweeter, all this good stuff, and I literally cannot wait to try them. So this poor little sprout is probably gone. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. Will you let Smokey out, babe? Gotta let the cats out. So here the strawberries are soaking. They're called bare root strawberries. As you can see, I kind of have the crowns. Try to keep them up out of the water because you don't want those soaking, but if they do, it's not that big of a deal. And I'm also gonna walk you through some fixing I had to do to this bed. Okay. This might be a part 2, or I might just add it all together. I don't know. But I realized at the end of the last video, I never even showed the strawberries because they hadn't even come in the mail yet. I had ordered bare root strawberries, and then I also found out that the bed that I mixed needed a 30% sand mixture. So I had to go back through and added that in there. So now I'm just taking these little cups and filling them up with this sand mixture. You can see the bags of sand over there. And then I have my strawberries there, just getting ready, kind of sitting in water for a little bit. But I kind of thought I should share this just because that is gardening in my experience. Like, I have just, from my experience, learned that gardening is going to be a trial and error for me. Sorry, a timer went off. But I have been doing this for like a little bit, like close to a year, so I should know, you know, some of these things that just escape me sometimes. And I'm like, how did I not think about that? Like, how did I not think to look to see what kind of soil that strawberries need? And I don't know, I kind of feel silly sometimes for not looking into that heck of stuff, but I also think that if someone else out there is doing that type of thing too, then at least you know you're not alone. And I do that all the time. So here I am going back and fixing a mistake, like putting more sand in a bed because I didn't know that strawberries needed sand, and also buying 30 cups because I didn't realize that it was way too hot to plant bare root strawberries outside in Arizona when it's October. It should be cool enough to do this for sure by now. But yeah, that's why I'm here to grow. Not only my plants, but I guess myself and my gardening knowledge. Just because the more you know, the more prepared you can be, and the better suited you are in general. I feel like the more you know too, like, you're setting yourself up for success. Like, what's the worst that could happen if you sit and take an extra 5 minutes to watch a video about something that you didn't know how to do before, or read an article on something that you didn't know about before you saw that article? You know, it's just, there's so many opportunities for greatness, and I think a lot of people pass those opportunities by. because they might feel like, oh, I'm silly because I didn't know that, and then they're gonna be like, oh, well, I guess I'm not a good gardener. And it's like, no, nobody was born a scientist or doctor. You have to learn, and that's what I'm doing. You know, I didn't have like a bunch of like generational knowledge when it comes to like gardening. My mom has a garden and she tries to help me with what she can, and you know, all that good stuff. But I mean, I'm looking to like want to grow food for a family and be sustainable, and you know, I'm stuck in the HOA, so I'm pretty much like HOA homesteading, which I mean, it's kind of neat, but at the same time, it's like, how much can you really do in that situation? And when I kind of posed that question to myself, I was like, well, what can I do? And I actually really started watching Roots and Refuge Farm, and she has like honestly inspired me so much. And I didn't even really talk about my outdoor garden at first on my channel because I'm like, it was dead. Like, it was the mid of summer, so it was like super hot. I live in Mesa, Arizona, so it's like nothing grows here in the summer. But I've been watching her, and she just really has inspired me to be like, you know, what's gonna happen if I show somebody a failure? They're gonna say something mean, and then I'm gonna say, oh, okay, well, I already knew that, and I'll get better. Or, you know, I'm gonna take that as fuel, and I'm not gonna be scared of like showing people my faults. And I think that that is what this channel is ultimately for. I will come back and get you when I plant the strawberries, since I'm just talking your ear off.